Hi everybody, welcome to Gail Borden, your library at home. If you guys are watching already, thank you. We're a little early. We have about 3 minutes, but I'm super excited about this project. I hope you guys are too. We're gonna have a really creative time together. So if you're watching, go ahead, let me know you're here. I'd like to say hi if I can. Anybody? Oh, I see one person. Hi, thanks for joining. I'm excited to do these projects. I hope you guys are too. If you are watching already, this is what we're going to be doing. We are going to be doing mixed media birds. Isn't it cute? I really like it. I had a lot of fun doing it. Are we ready, guys? Yes or no? Oh, you are. I see a couple people commenting. Yay. Excellent. Owen, time's up. Seven?
Still got 2 minutes.
Okay, so if you guys are watching, I want to tell you I had a lot of fun today. I did some cleaning up to try to find supplies. All right, are we ready? Hi everybody, welcome to your library at home. Hi, I'm Elda. Thank you for joining me. Tonight we're gonna do a really fun mixed media project. If you already saw this a minute ago, let me show you again. We're gonna do a bird collage. Here's a really fun thing about this project. Everything that we're gonna use in this project tonight, I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna be able to find at home. I'm gonna start out with showing you all of the really fun things that I found in my house that I used to make my project. Believe it or not, cereal box. See, that's the back. So that's the first thing. If you guys have cereal boxes laying around, you should always save them for our projects because they're very, very useful. We're gonna use some watercolor paints tonight. And if you guys don't have watercolor paints, I made my own watercolor paint by just soaking old markers in water. I made green, brown, and blue because I found those the most useful. If you have any beads laying around, those work really well. And also if you have buttons laying around. Here's a really funny thing, you guys. Let me see if I can find them. All right, toilet paper roll. Okay, we're gonna be making a wing or a heart or something out of toilet paper rolls. So if you have lots of that laying around, now's the time to use the rolls as well. Anything cardboard. I have a Band-Aid box, notebooks. Okay, you can always use the cardboard part of it. This is a great thing. Old 3-ring binders. If you split them open, the inside right here is actually an excellent, this is really thick chipboard. This is great to do mixed media projects on. So keep in mind next time you have a broken 3-ring binder. Okay, I saved this from going to Goodwill the other day. Super excited. It's got everything I need in it. A lot of the crayons are broken. Watercolors are still good. So we will be using that tonight. All right, for the glue. All right, typically you use Mod Podge when you do this project. I personally like to use Elmer's glue or your own homemade Mod Podge, which is literally 6 ounces of Elmer's glue and 3 ounces of water. Shake it up really good. I tend to use watered down Elmer's glue when I start, and then I like a final coat of Mod Podge on the top because it kind of makes it a little shiny, but it's totally not necessary. Okay, napkins. Doesn't everybody have a little stack of pretty napkins? We're gonna be using those tonight. Also, wait, hang on, sorry, it fell. Wrapping paper, this works really well too. I have a random bin right here, literally, of items that you can use for this. Newspaper is awesome. I have some old cardstock from the scrapbooking days. This one's gonna be a really fun project in the future. Okay, literally, this is Owen's book that he used when he was practicing handwriting. So I figured the blank pages will be really nice when I wanna do one about creative lettering. Gift bag, magazines, And I thought this would be fun. Two things. Okay, an old workbook from my kids from school. It's got some fun numbers and equations in there. And a old word search book. I thought that would be fun as well. So, I went into my garage and I found this weather stripping tape, which is perfect. It's sticky on both sides. Put this on your paper if you guys have any around. Lay some beads or buttons or string on top of it, and then just put your glue on top of it. I'll show you how to do that, but I was really excited about that. Anybody have any washi tape? Also perfect. And then I just have some random strings. Everybody's got jute twine around, right? Old ribbon. We'll use a little of that tonight too. Seriously, you never know what you're gonna find. I found this, I bought it for 10 cents at a garage sale, God knows when. It is really fun. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's like a sticky sheer tape. It looks like it was cut with pinking shears, so it's really fun. Hair tape, never used it. I probably bought it when I was gonna make a card one day. That's perfect. All right, so if you guys are ready, we're gonna get started. The first thing I wanna have you guys do, if you have a piece of cardstock, this is the best use for it right now. Draw yourself a bird, okay? It's a bird. Well, let me show you this one. Okay, a bird. He's got a big belly, a beak, and a wing, okay? So you're gonna draw yourself a bird. You're gonna cut your bird out. You're going to trace that on the back of your cereal box. Later on, cut this one out because this will now be your bird template for future bird projects. If you guys don't want to really draw a bird, go ahead and just download a bird template from wherever. There's tons of them online. You can just quick download it. You're good to go. All right, so to get started, the first thing that we're going to do is we are actually going to cover our bird with napkins. So go ahead and take your napkin apart. And most napkins are 2 or 3 plies. You want to take them apart. I'm just gonna rip it because this one doesn't really seem to want to come apart. But you want to take the plies apart. Oh, maybe this one's only 1 ply. Oh, nope, here we go. All right, so peel your napkins apart before you start to glue them down. Reason is, if you use 2 ply, they'll bubble and it won't glue as fast. So I'm gonna work really fast here, you guys. This is probably not gonna be my neatest project I've ever done. All right, so I've got some fun stripes, some big flowers, and some little flowers. Again, I gotta take the 2 ply apart. I didn't do this before because I wanted you guys to see this, because this actually is kind of a really important step when you're collaging. So this project is actually mixed media. And mixed media is actually just a collection of different medias. So we're using glue, we're using napkins, we're using paper, we're using cardboard, we're using paint. We're actually going to use the cap of the old markers that I found. All right, so we've got this apart. So real quickly, I'm gonna use my homemade Mod Podge, my favorite. I always just used to dip my glue into the water, and then today I actually made a jar of it, so very, very excited. Okay, so I'm just brushing the glue right on my bird. I am just going to put pieces of my napkin on the bird. I like to use my fingers. I end up with super messy fingers when I'm done with all of my projects, but I don't tend to mind. Okay, so glued it down, put my napkin down, a little bit more glue. I'm gonna go with this purple napkin, just to give it a little, it kind of went off the edge of his wing. Okay, there you go. So now I'm going to, I already created a mess. I am going to do my wing. I think I want to do the wing in stripes again. So, a little bit of glue. I'm hoping that you guys can see all of this. I hope, hey, I see that a lot of you guys are watching me. I'm excited. Is anybody actually doing the craft with me? Because if you're not, that's okay. But can you please at least try to do one and maybe send some pictures in? That would be fun. Okay, so my bird is now covered. And I'm going to lift him up and show you. I'm actually gonna just set him aside. Do you see my bird right there? So I've got my bird and I've got my wing. Let's just put those guys aside for now. And now I'm gonna do the back. So I wanted to show you another supply that I had right here. Oh. So if you guys want, I made a couple different ones when I was doing this, but I actually made a wall hanging one out of Cheerios box. I was trying to figure out the best way to hole punch this, and then I discovered good use knitting needles. As much as I love to knit, it's been a while since I've actually knit, so it made me happy to use it. So I punched some holes in before I got started. Now I'm gonna just cover the whole side of my cardboard all the way. It does get messy. I actually covered my table pretty good. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and put a piece of cardstock on there. I'm just gonna rip it. All right, I'm gonna rip it twice. All right, lay it down. I'm going to add onto that piece of newspaper, which I had ready to go, and now I can't find it. So let me grab a piece of newspaper. I'm gonna try to find one that has a lot of words. All right, so I'm gonna just add that onto here. Add a little bit more. Do you guys hear my dog? He's, I guess, like the kids when you're trying to keep him quiet. All right, so I've added newspaper onto here. I'm gonna go ahead and put some more glue. Newspaper might have some wrinkles in it. I think that's okay. I kind of like when it gets a little wrinkled. All right, I have one little section that I missed, so I'm just literally gonna piece it together. All right, so I'm gonna put the glue evenly all over the whole piece. There you go. Now, if you want, you can just fold these scraps over. I've got enough glue that I really probably don't need any more glue on the back, but for now I'm just gonna fold them over. You can rip them or fold them. I like to rip, but you have to wait to rip your paper because it's really gluey right now. So since we're working in real time, I'm not gonna rip. All right, so now it'll look like this. All right, here's my beautiful background. I'm gonna set that aside, and I am going to attempt to fix my bird, which, you know what, you guys, is gonna be all stuck together too because I should have had a dry bird waiting for us, but I didn't. Okay, so I am going to just get all my extra napkin off my bird as best I can. All right. Let's see. I kind of lost his beak a little bit. All right. Now I'm going to place my bird on my background. All right, got him in place. I'm gonna glue him up real good. Get it nice and flat. So I accidentally just peeled off some of my napkin when I put the glue on. I have heard, I haven't tried it, but I heard if you put a piece of saran wrap and use the saran instead of a paintbrush, that it doesn't move your paper. But you know what, I don't really mind if it gets a little ripped. I'll just put another piece on top of it. I think when it kind of gets a little bubbly, it adds to it. Okay, here's my wing. my wing is going on now. Let me make sure I put my wing on right, because I actually think I did. Guys, I put my, okay, don't do what I did. I put my napkin on the wrong side, but you know what? It's all right, because I'm gonna cut a heart out of my Band-Aid box and put a heart right in the center of the wing. So, I'm gonna show you what I did here, because I made a few mistakes that we're going to fix. I took the napkin off his eye, and I took the napkin off the center of his wing. Do you guys see that? So I am going to, it's my Band-Aid box. I am going to, I drew a heart already. I am going to rip the heart out. Oh, that didn't sound good. I'm going to take the heart. Here it is. I'm not going to put anything on the heart just yet. And I'm going to place the heart right on my bird. And I am going to look for some kind of, ooh, look at this flower. This little flower right here. I'm going to use that one for the bird's eye, because it's kind of round. It's got a circle. It's got some fun polka dots around it. So I'm just going to rip the little circle and make the eye of the bird. All right. And can you guys see the eye now? All right. All right, next thing. We've got our bird, we've got our background. This is where we can have some real fun now. I am going to paint a little bit on here. Oh, you know what? Before we paint that, let's put the bird on a branch. I was thinking about using some ribbon, but I think somebody walked off with my scissors. So, I'm not going to use ribbon. Maybe I can use this piece right here. You can use this piece of ribbon and cut it off later, or we can use some more cardstock. Let's use cardstock because I can rip that. So we need kind of a brown cardstock, or what I can do is I can't find my cardstock either, you guys. I'm really messy when I do projects. If anybody's ever been to any of my class before, you guys know that, especially my little students. They're all like, Miss Surridge, lost your phone again. Okay, I'm gonna use the same cardstock that I used earlier, but I'm gonna distress it a little bit. I'm going to pull out some stamps that I had. You can do this with marker, with Sharpie, and I'm just literally going to distress this a little bit by just tapping my stamp pad on it. You guys see that? So I've turned this cardstock into this, so it looks like a branch. I'm going to just place it, and I can sneak it sort of right under my bird because he's not actually stuck all the way down yet. So I'm sliding it under my bird, tucking all that loose napkin back in. All right, there we go. I'm gonna go over it with my glue. So make sure he's glued down. I'm also going to add more glue onto my bird. You have to use a lot of glue. Okay. So now he's sitting on a branch. All right, here we have him so far. I'm going to put, so lately I've been working on some creative lettering, and I found some scraps today. Now is where you want to kind of add on to it. So I think our bird is going to say hello. There you go. But I don't like that it's white. So now I'm going to paint. I'm going to go ahead and go over, you know, on my other one I used a lot of blues and browns. This bird's got a lot of pink in it, so I'm going to just add a little bit of pink paint. It's wet with glue, so it's kind of making it look a little interesting. I'll show you guys. Now my white paper is pink. Okay. I'm going to show you a couple different things that we can do now to actually kind of really collage this up. I'm going, now is when I'm gonna use this, I'm so excited about this. Okay, so this is that tape, all right? It's weather stripping for windows. It's sticky on both sides. And again, I think I paid a whole $1 for this. I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little strip. Wait, actually, I might not stick right now. Okay, I put a little strip down there, and I'm just gonna grab a little bit of my beads. I don't know how well they're gonna stick right now. This probably should have been the last thing I did, but I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fun and I was excited. So now I'm adding some beads. And then I'm gonna just go over it really heavily with the glue. This would probably be one time that maybe I would go right to the Mod Podge because you do want it a little bit thicker so it sticks. All right, so it does not look really pretty right now, I'm not gonna lie. And this is not a project for clean hands. My hands are all full of glue right now. But you get the idea. Do you guys see the beads? Can you guys see that okay? All right, so there's the beads. I'm gonna make my bird a crown. Another one of my favorite doilies. And I'm gonna pull out my stamps beforehand, and I am going to, I have this fun mustard colored stamp. I'm just gonna stamp my crown. So now my white doily is gold. And he's just gonna have, I'm gonna smush it on his head. So now he's got a crown. All right. See the bird's crown? Can you guys see that? I know the light's a little weird in here. Okay, so there's my bird, there's my crown. I'm gonna take my stamp pads now. I'm just gonna kind of go along the edges a little bit. I'm just gonna, this is where you guys really have fun. Okay, now you just kind of go through and add. So I just stamped on there. I've got words on there. I am going to put a little button on my bird's eye, but I will do that last. So one of the things I wanted to show you, really fun technique. These are the caps from the markers. Ooh, I even have a screw, okay? Caps from the markers. I am going to, you can color the edge of them with marker, Sharpie, paint. I'm dipping it into my stamp pad. And I'll show you what it does. It's really fun. This one's got a really fun star end. You probably can't see that. I hope that when I show you close up, you can see this. Do you guys see that? Can you see the circles that it created? Down on the bottom there, there's some little ones. So you can do that with all sorts of pen caps. Actually, I'm gonna use the cap to my Mod Podge. Oops, dropped it right on my art. Okay, so I'm just putting some ink right on the edge. And I'm gonna go right through my hello. Ooh, look at that. That was fun. Do you guys see that around the hello? All right, so I have to fix his crown. His crown's kind of bugging me a little bit. All right. All right, so now I think I'll paint the heart because the heart is just white. So let's go with some blue. All right. I actually really like the paint in this art kit, and what I mostly like is that I don't mind that I'm now getting glue and stuff in it. Okay, so when I put all the glue down, I noticed that I did take off some napkins, so I'm just going over with my paint where the napkins are for. Okay. All right, I feel like the heart needs something. Can you guys see the heart in the center of the wing? All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and once again, just hit it with my stamps. Okay, that turned out kind of cool because there was glue on there in wet paint. All right, do you guys see this? All right. So really quickly, I just noticed that I have lost my holes. Oh, and of course, guess what? My holes are on the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my holes, because I think I'm gonna hang this one up, actually. Let's see if I can go through now that I have cardstock and paper. Ooh, I might have to do the hole punch. All right, don't make the same mistake I did. Don't put your holes at the bottom. But you guys get the idea, all right? So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we could put on here. Ooh, should we try this pink hair tape? I think we should. All right, we are gonna go, oh, maybe right under the hello. Oh, you can barely see it, but it's kind of fun. It just gives it a little, you can't really see it, I don't think, in the light, but do you guys see the tape right across below the hello? All right, so I am going to really quickly go into my little word search puzzle. And I am just gonna, oh, this is really fun because, you know, there's a lot of different words. If I had more time, I would go through and actually look for specific words, but I don't. So I'm just gonna add a little bit. I'm gonna go over it with my paint. We're gonna try out the homemade watercolor paint. Oh, look at you guys. Can you see the brown on my homemade watercolor paint? All right. Anyways, I think I'm gonna be done with this one for now. I hope that you guys get the idea, but really quickly, I wanna share with you a couple things that I did make just with things I had around the house. So I showed you these. It's my Cinnamon Crunch and my Cheerios box. All right, this is the one I put the holes to hang. Really quickly, clipboard. All right, this I'm literally going to put some clear paper on top of it and practice my creative lettering. So there's my clipboard and my journal. This is literally napkin newspaper and a composition notebook. Anyways, guys, oh, wait, one more, two more. Bookmark, because we all love to read, right? And this is going to be a little journal book, the rest of my Cheerio box. I hope you guys had fun watching this. I had a lot of fun. This really is so much fun, and with everybody kind of being home a little bit more now, I think you could probably find a lot of stuff around your house. Please comment. Let me know if you guys like this. Also, go to Hoopla. They have a lot of books, or I guess any of our e-library resources will have some great books on mixed media. Let me know. Let me know if you guys made something. Thanks. Bye. Have a good night.